It's vlogging time. We are about to leave the house and go get coffee. I have no idea where Jay is right now. I'm about to go track him down and hope that I have car keys so I don't lock myself out of the house. Because nobody wants to deal with that on a Monday. Okay, they're there. We're good. So it is a lovely 60 degrees outside today, as opposed to the -1 that we had a couple days ago. I found him. What you doing?
Remember all those cold days?
Yeah.
Well, everything done blew up.
Oh my gosh.
Everything, all the sodas blew up.
Seriously? Apparently our fridge self-imploded during the polar vortex that we had. Hi, husband.
Hi.
What's going on?
Not much.
All right, we're going to get coffee and drown out the Mondays with iced coffee. Did you lock the front door? I did lock the front door. We had this like insane winter freezing spell, and now it is
polar vortex.
Yeah, the polar vortex, taking advantage of it and just trying to spend some time outside. Yeah.
And we done.
So I was doing some recon at Walmart the other night.
God, here we go.
And let me tell you about the tuna selections that they have at our local Walmart, okay? Now, Jason has sworn off tuna, and I'm sure give me like 2 weeks and I'll be totally done with it too. But they have mango jalapeno tuna. They have lemon pepper, which really isn't my favorite. They have...
I'm seriously about to hurl. So, other than tuna, what are you guys doing for lunches? What are all you guys doing instead of the disgusting tuna?
See,
I can't stomach it.
I'm not a ramen person.
Oh, I can eat ramen every day.
Well, let me rephrase that. I will eat ramen, but like I could never do it every day. I would just feel gross doing it every day. I will be not eating, I will not be eating meat push pops, okay? It won't happen. That is one thing that will not happen. I don't care how hike or trash I become overnight. Meat push pops not happening. What else? I'm like gagging thinking about it. Starbucks. Going to get some coffee.
Your lens is dirty.
Thanks. The nectar has arrived. Be like super anti-Starbucks back in the day. Dunkin' only until I discovered iced coffee. And then it was all over from there. We are headed home now. One of our friends is coming over to do, I don't know. They have something planned. I don't know. I don't ask questions when the boys have something planned. So, yeah, we'll just wait and find out. Hey guys, so we are back home, and I just thought that in addition to kind of like chatting in the car before, I would do like a final gear update. So there's a couple of things that I have changed, and I just figured I would go over them real quickly. I did switch my jacket, so I sold my Mountain Hardwear Ghost Whisperer because I found that it just like wasn't warm enough for me, and I guess I am a cold person. So this is the Arc'teryx Cerium hooded jacket, and I found this on Amazon for half price. It's really expensive, and I didn't feel comfortable spending full price on it, so I just kind of did some research to try and find discount, and I guess it was a discounted color. And over for water filtration, that's the same. The only thing I changed is, if you see this tube here, I am the first to admit I'm terrible about drinking water. I'm really, really bad. I kind of almost forget to, which maybe sounds really ridiculous, but it's the truth, and I'm really bad about it when I am hiking. So I cut off the end and I shortened the tube, and this is like a quick valve, and then that has like the attachment. So what I'm planning on doing is using a smart water bottle, obviously, or Life Water, and then converting that almost to like basically using it as a drinking straw. And if you're asking why would I do that, because if I don't have the ability to like lean over and drink, I won't drink. And maybe that's super lazy of me. I don't know what it is, but when I'm on the go, when I'm hiking or running, I just like get so into the zone that I forget to drink. So I have to like literally have a tube shoved in front of my face, and then I will be okay with it. So I don't have a water bottle with me, otherwise I would kind of show you how it looks, but I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory. This just threads into the bottom of it, and then if I want to put the water bottle in the side pocket of my pack, I will just like thread this over, and that's how I'll be using it. So, and then this is bathroom hygiene. This is actually like a really big tent stake that Jay found at REI, and that's what we're gonna use as our trowel. I don't know, it was like $2, and the thing with the deuce of spades is that the edge of that trowel is pretty sharp, and this one has like a nice curved end, so that's what we're going to use. So the biggest change, I guess, really is that we switched from hammocking to tenting, and then several of you said, you know, make sure you go with the triplex. The duplex is going to be really tight, and it was. So we ordered the triplex and we got it in a couple weeks ago. Everything's good to go with it. We soaked down the seams to make sure that everything was properly sealed, and it is. And then I ended up getting, well actually, I'm sorry, this is Jay's Thermarest Neo Air X Lite. So I took his and he got a different sleeping pad. So I have that. And this is my pack sleeping bag, and then I just picked up a pump sack that is compatible with the Thermarest. So I did that. I did that for two reasons. Number one, because after hiking all day, I know myself, and I know that I'll get really sick of blowing up an air mattress very quickly. And also I know that these things can get really moldy after a while. I think what I'm going to be doing is ordering one of the Hyperlite Mountain Gear packing pods and combining my sleep clothes with my sleeping bag, because this does not pack well in my pack. I tried taking my sleeping bag out of this and just packing it in a compactor bag, and that also really did not work out the way I wanted it to. So I've heard so many good things about the Hyperlite Mountain Gear pods. So I think I'm gonna do that. And for what I'm wearing, I have these Outdoor Research Melody liner, I think they're called Melody liner gloves. They have this like super soft fleece lining on the inside there. And then my Patagonia R1. So this is the last thing I wanted to mention that I switched. Well, almost the last thing. So I think part of the reason why I was struggling with being cold is that the R1 that I had was a medium, and it was entirely too big on me, and I didn't really think about it at the time. But I found this for a deep discount. It's not the hooded version, but I don't know. I don't really care about that. I have my rain jacket with a hood. So I got this, and this is an extra small, and it fits me so much better. And then my shoes, I know I've like switched shoes 3 different times on this channel, and it's kind of embarrassing, but whatever, it is what it is. So I do really, really love the oboes, but unfortunately my right foot was just still slipping too much, and I tried changing how I tied my shoes. I tried changing the socks I was wearing, and I just came to the conclusion that they were not going to work out for me. I had already gotten a hot spot on my heel, and it sucks because I was really looking forward to wearing them. They were really comfortable. But so when we were in REI the other week, I tried these on, or no, maybe I was at EMS. I can't remember. But these are by Salomon, and they're called the X Missions. And they are a trail runner. They're not typically like your hiking trail runner, but they still have like a really tough tread on the bottoms. And so as soon as I put these on, what I noticed was the heel is narrow compared to the forefoot. So if you have a foot shaped like I do, then you're wide through here and really, really narrow in the heel. And that's what always causes me to have issues with my hiking shoes and when I run too. Because my heel will slip, but if I get like a narrow shoe, it's too narrow up here. So these are like shaped exactly like my feet. I have never found a shoe that grips my heel so well and leaves me a ton of room up by my toes. So that is what I'm going to be starting off with. Other than that, this is it. And like I said, I know everybody like tweaks things as they go. They kind of figure out what works, what doesn't work. But this is what I'm working with so far. And I'm feeling pretty good about it. So we will see. I know Jay's gear has also changed a bit too. So he's gonna also do like a short video as well. I wanted to conclude, I guess, the end of this by just talking about where my head's been at the last couple of weeks, what I've been thinking about. Everybody's been talking so much about gear and logistics and resupply and food and, you know, bad weather versus good weather. And I thought that I would talk about my mindset leaving in a couple of weeks. Basically, it's like this. I have had a couple questions from people like, what are you nervous about? Are you afraid of getting injured? Are you afraid of not finishing? Are you afraid of bears, of Lyme's disease? And sure, like all those things are concerns of mine. Injury definitely being one of them. Lyme's disease definitely being one of them, because it's something that you know, Jay's had 2 encounters with Lyme's disease in the past 6 months, so it's definitely on our radar, and he's still getting over some knee pain from that. But if I had to be totally, completely honest, the number one thing that I am the most afraid of is myself. And let me take a minute to explain that. I have a really introverted personality, and what comes with being super introverted means that I can get really caught up in my own head about things. Instead of kind of like being present and living in the moment, I am always stuck in like 10 steps ahead of myself, or I have a tendency to just like overanalyze, and I've always been that way. If getting stuck in my own head means that I can kind of make things harder on myself than they need to be. And when I'm out on trail, I'm really afraid of, you know, like getting stuck in a funk, I guess, especially once we're out there for several weeks. And I certainly know that not every day is going to be wonderful. I know that there's definitely going to be moments where I'm uncomfortable, I'm unhappy. Like, I totally expect all of that, but I guess I'm just like, I'm really afraid of being caught up in my own head and not being able to get myself out of that. If you're somebody who's similar to that, you can identify, or if you are, you know, a previous thru hiker and you are watching this, if you have something to add, a word of wisdom, that's why I say I'm most afraid of myself, because your head can really screw with you. I really want to take in all of this like experience, and I don't want my head to get in the way of it, if that makes any kind of sense. You know, that's where I've been at the past couple weeks. And to be honest with you, all like the gear, the logistics, the food, it'll work itself out. I know it will. I'm like way less concerned about a down jacket being a little bit too cold than I am about, you know, getting my head straight. Just thought that I would add this in at the end of this video, and I know that Jay's gonna be doing a video on his updated gear soon, and maybe he'll talk a little bit about how he's feeling. I got him sick this past week, so he's currently not really a happy camper. Thank you for watching, and thank you for hearing me out. I'm sure that there will be more of my little brain scrambles to come. There will be many of them. Okay, I'm gonna go. Bye everyone, have a good night.